So SmackDown started pretty much the same way Monday Night Raw ended, with Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho continuing their feud, a disappointing feud up to this point, in my opinion, which I made a video about yesterday. So go make sure you check it out. But this week, I must say here on SmackDown that the segment they had here tonight was a lot better than the one that had a Monday Night Raw. The one on Raw wasn't particularly bad. It shouldn't have ended or main evented Monday Night Raw. It fits more for like an opening, like we saw here tonight with Chris Jericho, basically implying that Dean Ambrose is crazy with the straight jacket. See, I did like that, so that was a pretty good way to open the SmackDown. As far as the matches go, Rusev gets his win against Sin Cara. I can't believe I still can't wrap my head around the fact that Rusev even lost to Sin Cara. He should have dominated Sin Cara easily both times on Raw and tonight, despite any type of distraction. Speaking of distractions, what is it with WWE babyfaces where a guy like Kalisto was unprovoked but ended up distracting another wrestler? That's not a babyface move. For some reason, WWE babyfaces does not act like good guys. They act like heels. And it's pretty confusing to me. If you want to cheer someone, why are you acting like a heel if you're supposed to be a babyface? Even a guy like Kalisto. But I'm off the subject. That was Monday Night Raw. Okay, and Dana Brooke had her first match on the main roster against Becky Lynch, beating Becky Lynch. Dana Brooke is not a great wrestler. She's actually below average to below average. But I am excited to see what her and Emma will do on the main roster. Definitely gives us a little more flavor to this women's division, because now we have two feuds going on besides just the Charlotte and Natalya feud. Also, Aiden English beating Kofi Kingston in a good match. You know, we all know Kofi can perform in the ring. Good match between Kofi and Aiden English. Good decision to give Aiden English the victory to make the Vaudevillains threats. Because I'm just gonna admit, the Vaudevillains are quickly becoming one of my favorite tag teams. They do remind me of tag teams back in the 80s, late 80s, the early 90s, you know. They remind me of a true tag team. So I am entertained, surprisingly, by the Vaudevillains, because I was never a big fan of the Vaudevillains, but they have been performing. Finally, Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows, they lost the match, but the match really didn't matter. The result really didn't matter. It's not going to change them either way. They lost the match because finally we see an edge to the club. After looking weak ever since their attack on the Usos on the debut night, they've been booked to look pretty weak, in my opinion, being fed to Roman Reigns. But here on SmackDown, they did a good job of making them look strong, you know, using the chair to really emphasize that they're dangerous. We need to see more of that. We need to see them attacking, like isolating the Uso backstage and jumping the Usos one-on-one, you know, taking out the Usos to make Roman Reigns alone. Something like that. We need to see something dangerous, because if you watch New Japan, you know what the Bullet Club is capable of doing. And that's what we need to see from the club if we are going to take them seriously. Because it's been hard to really take them seriously or take them as a threat when they've been barely beating the Usos and getting dominated by Roman Reigns. Also, R-Truth and Tyler Breeze and Breeze and Fandango finally teaming up. Could be interesting. You know, the WWE Tag Team division has been getting a lot better. Now we need another team, Fandango and Breeze. Also, R-Truth and Goldust. So the tag team division, the intercontinental divisions have definitely added a lot of depth, and now is a lot more entertaining than it was prior to Zayn being in control. And speaking of intercontinental, Kevin Owens, The Miz, Sami Zayn, Cesaro. You know, sometimes I do get tired of seeing them facing each other in different combinations of tag teams, you know, or single matches. I mean, the WWE creative could be more creative and putting them in matches against other people. But it was a pretty good tag team match. Whenever you put those guys in the ring, you know you're going to get great in-ring work, which is what we got here tonight. And then we finally got some tension between Sami Zayn and Cesaro. Sami Zayn accidentally doing the hell of a kick to Cesaro, which cost them the match. So finally, we get some tension between all 4 guys fighting for the Miz's Intercontinental Championship, making the championship seem a lot more important than it has ever seemed in quite some time. So major props to the WWE for that. And that was actually the main event on SmackDown. And I like the fact that they've been spotlighting the Intercontinental Championship feud because it's quickly becoming, along with the Heavyweight Championship, the most entertaining feud in the WWE. Kevin Owens, Cesaro, Sami Zayn, The Miz. And I must say, at this moment right here, right now, I do not really know who's going to win, who's going to become Intercontinental Champion, which is a good thing because it's unpredictable. So props to the WWE for that. But overall, an entertaining SmackDown. I still hope it goes live in the future, but entertaining nonetheless. And if I had to give it a grade, I have to give it a 7 out of 10 for SmackDown this week. Let me know, how do you feel about SmackDown? What did you like, didn't like about the show here tonight? Let me know in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe, share. Do what you gotta do, people, because I really do appreciate it. My name is The Champ. This is Game Days. We out. Smack!